Hello, we are live. VCRA is live from Richmond, Virginia, and we have a very brief licensure town hall for you today, and then somebody is going to win a Peloton bike today. So right now, if you have any questions, now's a good time to put them out there. If you have any questions about licensure, we're here to answer your questions. I'm Carol Naughton.
And I'm Cindy Bragg.
And we are going to answer your questions and hopefully give you a brief enough synopsis of what licensure is going to look like in Virginia. So why is Virginia seeking licensure? Well, currently, approximately 40 states have some form of licensure or certification. So Virginia is behind the ball. What licensure will do is it's going to ensure a level of competence, ethical standards, and accountability that's been missing in Virginia for a very long time. It'll create the Virginia Board for Court Reporters. And I really want to emphasize the word for court reporters.
Absolutely.
This is for us. And this board is going to be looking out for our best interests. And in the end, it's also going to protect the consumer.
So to date, we have drafted language for the bill, and we've tweaked it a little bit. We've retained a lobbyist, John Stirrup, who is working really, really hard for us. And we've consulted with the Division of Legislative Services, and we have met with legislators, and we will be meeting with more legislators coming up.
So what happened in 2019? Why did BCRA pull the bill? If you remember Richmond, the climate in Richmond last year, there was scandals, plural, taking place. Supreme Court Justice McClanahan had decided to retire. So in the short session for General Assembly, they had to also appoint a new Supreme Court justice, in addition to the many bills that they had to review. So we felt that ours might get lost in the shuffle. And there were some wording issues, which we're going to go over in a minute, that we really wanted to go back and address so that this bill, when it finally does hit the General Assembly, it is the right wording and it's the right thing for court reporters in Virginia.
So what we decided to do is tweak the language a little bit and address the barrier to entry, the court reporter shortage, and also the cost to court reporters and to agencies. So one thing that we've done is we decided to follow suit with other skilled professions, and we decided to add an apprenticeship. So there are now 4 ways that you will be able to be a court reporter in Virginia. One is to have your national certification. The other one is to come from a state who has state certification. The other is time and service. And the fourth way is through an apprenticeship.
And also, if you are currently working in Virginia as a court reporter, you will be grandfathered in, and you should not be worried about that at all. And did you mention the testing requirement?
Oh, no, I didn't.
We've eliminated the testing requirement. So once you've completed your apprenticeship, you can then be fully licensed as a court reporter in Virginia.
And the reason we did that is because we feel like if you have your national certification or a state, you've already tested. Also, time and service, if you've been a court reporter for some years, you've already proven that you're capable. And of course, the apprenticeship, you would be proving your capabilities to another licensed court reporter who would be overseeing you.
Also, what's going to be included is we wanted to address the reporter shortage in Virginia that seems to be in certain areas. And so with the registry that goes along with the board, all licensed apprentice court reporters, even past court reporters, will be in the registry. And the registry will delineate what your method is, what your achievements are, where you're located. And this will help the attorneys be able to ensure that they've got a competent court reporter showing up to cover their deposition, their hearing, arbitration, what have you. The other thing we addressed is we eliminated any fees to agencies. We want agencies to come to Virginia, national firms, local firms. We don't want to create anything that's going to put a cost on them that they're going to have to pay to do business in Virginia or to be a part of our registry. So the bill just has that they register and agree to abide by the laws of Virginia.
Right, they must register. They will have to register for sure.
So how can you help? Just tuning in to Facebook Live for these brief minutes, you're educating yourself. So what we ask you to do is educate yourself, educate your colleagues, educate attorneys about why this is important. And also,
Sorry, go ahead.
and we would also like if you licensure or legislate, the legislative committee is very important in every state,
Yes.
whether it's Virginia, California, Texas. You need somebody looking out for you.
Mhm.
So VCRA has created the VCRA Strong Box, which is our legislative fund, which ensures that we can keep protecting us. And because there's new bills, new licensure regulation coming up across the country and in all kinds of states. So we need somebody looking out for us to
Absolutely.
make sure that we've got your back.
Because things can come up and we don't always know it, but having a lobbyist will know it. So all of the proceeds from our raffle today is going to the VCRA Strong Box. But if you feel the need, or if you have anyone else who wants to donate, please donate to help us out to ensure that Virginia stays a state that is good for court reporters and good for the attorneys and their clients. So we will have a tab on our Facebook page, our website. So if you feel the need or feel that you want to help donate, please go to that and donate. We really appreciate it.
www.vcra.net, and it's the VCRA Strong Box Fund.
Thank you for watching our brief presentation.
And now,
I'm
if there's any questions, have we got any questions that we can answer?
We do have a few questions. The first question is there reciprocity with other states?
Yes, of course. As I said, if you are coming from a state who has testing licensure, absolutely. You've proven your capabilities. You're welcome to come to Virginia.
Okay, and then the next question is how will the apprenticeship work?
We'll take that one.
Sure. Well, we don't have all the details down, but the way it would work is an entry-level court reporter will be watched over by a professional licensed reporter in Virginia to ensure that their court procedures are followed, that they're, just the ethics and that type of thing. And like I said, we don't have all the details of that worked out. That is something for the Virginia Board for Court Reporters. That's what they will address once they're in place.
I want to say this. Years ago, there would be regional firms, court reporting firms, who would do that, who would oversee new court reporters and make sure that they are doing everything they need to do and they're educated about everything in their area and also answer questions. So we are kind of wanting to take it back to that model of training court reporters and having someone there who oversees them specifically.
Do we have any more questions?
Yes. This question is, will there be a state-sponsored test?
No, there will not be a state-sponsored test. And once you've completed the apprenticeship and you're approved by the board, you will be a working court reporter. The only testing that would be necessary is on you, and that testing would reflect your achievements in the registry. They'll be reflected in the registry for you.
And the reason we decided to do away with testing is because if you have your certification through NCRA or NVRA or AAERT, you've already proven that you're capable. You've been tested. If you're coming from a state, you've been tested. If you're coming in with time and service, you've been a working reporter for a while. You have proven your abilities. So that's why we have done away with the testing.
All right, and the final question that we have is, how will licensure benefit attorneys?
Well, with the registry, I think it'll help with the shortage, and the attorneys will be able to go to our public registry and be able to see that they are getting a competent court reporter to show up to cover their proceeding.
Also, if they need to locate a court, say, I got a call not long ago asking if I covered a hearing. I said, no, it wasn't me. Well, they'd be able to go to that registry and find court reporters who they may not have kept their card or lost it, but they remembered their name or something to that effect. Also, it's an assurance for the attorneys that the court reporters are hiring are competent. They're hiring a court reporter who has been proven competent through one of the 4 methods that we spoke about earlier.